just last week, DCN released a study with White Ops that looked at the levels of non-human traffic in premium publisher sites. And if you recall, a year ago, the ANA put out a study that really raised awareness of the degree to which non-human traffic had infiltrated the digital ecosystem. And the numbers were quite staggering. The Association of National Advertisers found that 11% of all display advertising impressions were non-human, and 25% of all video advertising impressions were generated by non-humans. So what we did was, in order to talk about what it means to be a premium publisher, we replicated that study using the same vendor, White Ops, and found that in the premium sites, there was one quarter of the level of non-human traffic for display, so less than 2%, or about 2 to 3% of all display impressions in these quality sites. And for video, it was 1/10. So when the Association of National Advertisers looked at video ad impressions in their study, they found that 25% of them were from non-humans. When we looked at it on the premium publisher sites, it was 2.5%. So people are going to great lengths to figure out how to rid the ecosystem of fraudulent traffic, of non-human traffic. There's a very simple way. It's buy brand names you can trust.
So how pervasive is it in non-premium? Or did you guys just study the membership? Or
we studied just the membership. We studied the membership of Digital Content Next, which is all the top names in publishing. You know, the New York Times, NBC Universal, Vox, Univision, CBS, ESPN. I could go on and on and on. You can see them online, but they're the names you know and trust, because trust is super important to brands like ours. And we put out this study not only to show that premium sites generate a premium human audience, but also we put out this site to let the world know that the trust in our brands isn't something we take for granted. It's something we earn every day, in every transaction, in every consumer interaction. People know that they can trust us. And advertisers can very simply know that they're getting a trustworthy, transparent transaction when they buy direct, not through intermediaries, and when they buy brands and environments that stand for quality, because that quality is earned.
So how do you kind of figure out the disparity between the reports? And also, isn't there some inherent motivation for publishers to say, hey, we're okay, and for advertisers and marketers to say you're not okay? There is that bit of a tension. So tell us about the tension and maybe the disparity in the report.
Well, I just think that when you look at the entire internet as a whole, you're looking across hundreds of thousands of sites, and some of the sites are bogus. Some of the sites you never heard of, and they have huge audiences. How can that be, right? It's really hard to build a strong, loyal, engaged audience, and there's a lot of evidence now that's been accumulated for more than a year or several years that some of those sites are riddled with robot traffic. And it's time that we just stand up and say that quality means something. Quality is earned every day. Quality comes from brands you can trust, that care about their users, that care about their environments, and that want to deliver to audiences and to brands, audiences that you know are real.
And finally, wearing your hat at the DCN. Yeah. Wearing your hat with the trade organization, tell us sort of what are some of the big issues that are faced. We hear a lot of things about ad blocking. We even hear about piracy, where sites are taken over. And of course fraud and viewability. You know, as we sort of look into the fall and into next year, what are some of the big challenges that need to be solved by the publishers or by the industry?
Well, there are a number of them. I'm very passionate about this issue of non-human traffic, because it is literally picking the pockets of publishers and marketers alike. And I think marketers really got a wake-up call from the ANA study about this. So I think that's something that, like, as an industry we can come together and rally around and do our best to really minimize the amount of non-human traffic. That's one. The other thing I will tell you, that as a premium publisher that invests a lot in the production of high quality content, we're looking for much more direct interactions with our customers. And when a study comes out that talks about the digital ecosystem and how for every dollar spent, 52% of every dollar spent programmatically goes to all those intermediaries that sit between the publisher and the advertiser. That's something that I think we need to work together with our marketing partners. We realize the importance of targeting, of automation, but the amount of intermediaries that exist between us and our customers is something that we want to try to find a very simple, streamlined solution for. I think the market will shake that out a little bit in the coming year, but it's something that we increasingly work closely, more directly with brands in a much more holistic capacity to deliver audiences, to deliver content, to deliver live events, cross-media programs. And so more direct one-to-one relationship with our customers is, I think, something that every quality media site is looking forward to.